And it's time for Hermits. Second verse, same as the first. And of course, here we go again. Markets did exactly the same thing today that they did yesterday and the day before, which was they tried to sell off early and they came storming back late. And of course, if you were watching today at 10 a.m. Eastern time, out came some economic data. Boom, down went the markets. The Dow was down about 150. The S&P was down about 15. And the NASDAQ was down about 40. And before you know it, what happened? Well, they came all the way back, almost got back to unchanged. And of course, this is the market that we're trading right now. This is why you have to be so very, very careful in how you approach and trade this market. For now, the bulls are still in control. The dip buyers are still in control. If we take a look at across the different products, what did we see today? We saw gold on both sides of unchanged, but did come back from a pretty severe sell-off. We saw bonds trying to rally higher. We see the yield curve continue to flatten. We see oil got hammered, and of course, that should make sense because oil is well overvalued here. We've got the VIX, which I think is the biggest indicator, and if you were watching the VIX at 10 o'clock, as the market started to melt down a little bit for a little bit, the VIX didn't move. That should have been a great hint to you, understanding that there was no fear and that sell-off was extremely orderly. And that's something that we always have to look for is where is the best opportunity. Taking a look at the agricultural space, soybeans and corn were under some pretty good pressure again. I think they're probably a reasonable buy down at these levels. Wheat was a little bit stronger, but the overall complex was mixed. And of course, if we look into the meats, fat cattle, or what they call live cattle, was down, but I think down and found a level of support in which it should be bought. Feeder cattle, I think, has got another 4 to 5 to 6% to go to the downside, was under heavy pressure once again today. And of course, hogs met our first objective of about $60 on December hogs. Look for a little bit of a bounce, and we're going to look to resell them again on a little bit of a rally, probably somewhere around 62. But, remember, we've got a market that is a little bit of a mess. We've got a market that's filled with mass confusion. So our goal here is to be very patient and look to pick some great opportunities. Oil is getting hammered again, which makes sense as it's been overstated here. But at the end of the day, the markets are being accumulated by the dip buyers. The tax plan is a disaster. Okay, that's another issue that I think might be creating some heartburn here in the overall markets. The overall tax plan is a disaster. It's not any good, and it's really another slap in the face of the middle class. But a bigger slap in the face is the few billionaires that decided they want to go and pay more tax. And my answer to them is, that's fine. You can go pay more tax. Call the IRS, tell them you want to pay extra tax, and help pay down the debt. All right, this is becoming ridiculous with these billionaires who want to get rid of some of their cash anyways, and it doesn't affect them. That's the key. It has no effect in their life, whereas the average person, a couple of $1,000 would be a big difference and affect their life in a dramatic way. So again, enough of these big shots with all their big money, because a billionaire, $20,000 for a billionaire is like a quarter for you and me. All right, and that's the real key here. I'm tired of listening to these guys. I do not believe that President Trump will be overly happy with this overall tax plan. We'll see how he reacts. I know he's going to speak Thursday. But again, the action remains pretty much the same. We're not looking, we don't want to chase the markets down. We don't want to chase the markets up. I think you're much better off being patiently observant on the sidelines, looking for certain opportunities. You saw Apple was down a couple of bucks today. Bubba was down a couple of bucks today. Amazon was up a little bit, but overall, the markets are just kind of skidding and not moving much at all. And I think the bigger story of all of them is Netflix. That really hasn't moved in the last couple of days, which is unusual for a stock that's supposed to move $6 or $7 this week. So we'll see how it plays out here. But in the meantime, don't forget about highschoolinvesting.com. That's my financial literacy program for high schools, which I've supported myself for 6 years, and I now need a little bit of help, and I'm hoping that you'll find it in your heart to help me out and go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. We're looking for some donations to help continue this program with 300 high schools. We're looking for more. In the meantime, if you hit the certain banners on that thing, we're going to do a special webinar for those who make contributions and also a signed autographed book, a copy of my new book. In the meantime, don't forget to get the Bubba Show every single day, 2 to 3 Eastern Time at libertytalk.fm. And that'll do it for today. Remember, I had another winner last night, Carolina Panthers. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same station. Bubba's Daily Update. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.